Good evening.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. You have a good holiday?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, it was actually nice just relaxing.
Yeah. Kind of miss going somewhere.
I really didn't miss going anywhere. Isn't that horrible? I
We
liked not going anywhere for a few days. It was really
we didn't
nice.
go anywhere last year because we chose not to. And this year we didn't go anywhere. So it was like, oh God. Usually every Christmas we go somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Either Minnesota, Arkansas, Georgia, South Carolina, somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But
You didn't go anywhere this year.
couldn't go anywhere this year.
Oh. A lot of people I know got away.
Yeah.
Weird. Everybody got their learning hats on.
Yeah.
I'm using my PC today. I haven't used my PC in a few weeks, so.
What have you been using? Mac?
Yeah, I was using my Mac for a bit, but I thought I would just use my PC. My Mac's been kind of acting up a bit.
I'll be right there.
Okay. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Make sure we don't have any issues. And does everybody have a MailChimp? Does everybody have MailChimp, I should say? So I do have a code.
I have an account.
Okay. I am going to drop my code in into chat. Anybody wants to go there and get that, they can. We're gonna do mostly MailChimp, but I'm gonna show you what to do in Canva to help set you up for MailChimp, because with images in MailChimp, you're gonna need to have certain sizes. So, excuse me while I go yell at my son. Nicholas, did you? No, my class speaker. Okay, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Sheila, what does your code do?
What is what?
What does your code do for MailChimp?
It's just a referral code. It's just like an affiliate link.
Does that cut down on the price or anything?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I clicked the link you sent, if I just clicked the link. I signed up. I just got a free one to get started.
Yeah, just do the free one.
But I don't know if I got everything on the free one or not. We'll have to see how it goes.
You wait a couple more minutes. People just.
But if I do have to pay, I can use this code then. Okay. So
Yeah.
you get something.
Oh, great, thanks. Yeah, the free account I think is good enough for most people, at least to start off with.
Right. Okay. That's what I thought.
That way you can at least try it out. I would definitely say use it, but try it out so that way you can see if it's going to be beneficial for you.
Mm-hmm.
I really got to get me some curtains for that closet.
Put a virtual background in.
Yeah, I'm going
to. With curtains in it.
Most of the time I don't like my virtual background on. I used it for quite a while, but I'm going to skip it today.
Just put the Golden Gate Bridge in. That looks good.
Do what?
Put the Golden Gate Bridge in. That looks good.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, that's what you had on the virtual background. There's the Golden Gate.
Really would like to be here.
Yeah, yeah, true.
That's where I'd
Oh,
really like to be.
that looks like the picture I have from Puerto Rico. I wonder if that's just the Puerto Rican beach, San Juan.
There's Jerry. What's going on, Jerry?
Oh, crazy.
Sheila,
Yes, ma'am.
question.
Answer.
If you're using KV Core, and if you're using the newsletter provided by KV Core, do you also recommend using MailChimp as well?
So the reason to use MailChimp over KV Core, you can use whatever you want. KV Core is nice because it's through your CRM, right? You don't have to add any contacts into KV Core because they're already in there. And there is a newsletter template in there. The only thing with KV Core is you can't see what links they've clicked on. And so you'll see when we create this newsletter template, and depending on the amount of links that you have, the only thing in KV Core you see is that they opened it. You don't see what links they clicked on or anything like that. So in MailChimp, you're able to see the links that they're clicking on. So that can tell you, if whatever you put in your newsletter is something that people are really engaged in opening.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And like I said, if you use the free version of MailChimp, it's not a big deal. And I honestly, what I would do is test out the two of them, the KV Core one and the MailChimp. So do like maybe, have your contacts in KV Core, but maybe throw like 10 of them into MailChimp and do an A/B test on them and have maybe the same newsletter and see how each one functions, and then see what the responses that you get.
Okay.
Even
That's a good suggestion.
with the email software sending them out like through KV Core or through MailChimp, you may get more send outs that people are opening through KV Core than you do MailChimp, or vice versa. So that's a good test as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get started. The thing that I would recommend everyone do, and you don't have to do this now, but if you're going to do a newsletter, I would recommend that you have 3 things open. I recommend that you have Canva open, MailChimp, and KV Core. If you're working with EXP, if you're not, then have whatever squeeze page software that you're using. So if you had another website that you're using to get squeeze pages or landing pages, do it that way. But for EXP agents, it's KV Core. And you'll see why in a minute. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here to the very beginning. And this is the dashboard for MailChimp. And the 2 things that I recommend that you do right when you get your version, or when you go into MailChimp for the first time, is go in and add your audiences in there, which your audiences are your contacts. So I believe there is a way to get a spreadsheet in here. I just haven't done that before. I can research it for you and let you know. But in the beginning, I would just go and add subscriber in there, and then just add your subscribers. Like I said, just do like 10 of them, so that way you can compare it to the 2. And then just do the information that it has here. You don't need to put address in or phone number or anything like that. But make sure that you click on here that the person gave you permission. And even if it's in MailChimp and not in KV Core, still click this because they have given you permission to email them. Okay. And then tags, in here are like hashtags in KV Core. So just keep that in mind, that when you're trying to sort them, you have them by tags. Okay, so maybe you have buyer and seller tags, or prospect and new, or however you want to list them out. Okay. And then the next thing you're going to do when you come in here, and there's a whole bunch of other things you can do, but this is just to get you started on just getting a newsletter done. Because our biggest problem is, right, we have this software and we're like, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. What do I do? I'm just telling you, like, step 1, step 2, and that's it. And that's all you should do at this moment. So the next thing you're going to do after you put in your contacts is you're going to come in here and you're going to create an email. Okay. So I would click on here. Now, if you want to have a template that you always choose from, then you can create an email template. But for right now, like I said, for just the newsletter simplicity, we're just going to come in here and we're going to click email. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to give our newsletter a name. So you can name it whatever you want. I named my other one My Newsletter. I'm just going to put newsletter in here for right now.
Sorry, where did you go to? I was following you on contacts. Then I lost you.
Yep. So once you're done with the contacts, go all the way over to the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the monkey face is a pencil.
Okay.
And you click on that.
That's create as audience dashboard, right?
MailChimp dashboard.
Right. Okay, now I see it. Okay.
Yep. And so when you hit the create, it gives you a bunch of options to choose from. I just clicked on the very first one.
Yeah, email, right.
Yep. And we can do landing pages another time and all those other different things that MailChimp offers, but today we're just working on newsletters. Okay. So after you're in here, you are going to see that you'll have your recipients, okay? If you wanted to change your recipients out of here, let's say you only wanted to send it to a certain amount of people, then you would come in here and edit your recipients and pick your segments. Now your segments can be by tags, they can be by date, they can be by last names, however you want to filter them, okay? Right now, we're just going to leave that as is. And then you're going to click your add from, is going to be your email address, most likely the one that you signed up with, and then your name. Now, a little trick that I do in my Gmail and that I have done in MailChimp is I go in and create an emoji after my my name on there. And what that does is in the email, it puts a little emoji in there. So I'm going to go into emoji house.
Jerome said if you do Windows period, you get an emoji like fast thing.
Oh,
it's called shortcut. Windows period. It changed my life.
Oh, that just changed my life. Thank you, Lexi. See, we learn something new every single day, don't we? But I don't see a house.
Lexi.
I almost cried.
I don't see a house though, do you? Oh, there it is. Okay. So we'll do that house. Okay. Now that it took a bunch of time to do that. Thank you, Lexi. That's awesome. Okay. So then we're going to click save. So that just put our from in there. Okay. And now we're going to pick our subject. Now our subject line is going to be obviously the subject of the, on the subject line. Then underneath that you see preview text. And preview text is kind of like a little preview of what the email is going to be about. So if you want to understand what preview text is, just click on that preview text later on tonight or the next time you come in here and read up on it. might give you a little bit better understanding. So we're going to do weekly peek. And we're going to do what's new. Okay. And we're going to click save. Now we're going to go in and we're going to design. Okay. I would suggest you pick the classic builder, but you can go in and start building the new builder if you want. I like the classic builder actually. Okay. And with the free version, I believe the only two that you have available to you are these first two.
What are they charging you?
This one is $14.99. I think there's one that's $9.99 though. You can choose that one. But like I said, just use the free one for right now until you see that you're benefiting from this, and then go ahead and pay for more. But I think with what you can do with just a newsletter every week, I don't think you need to have more than this. Okay? I don't think you need anything other than these two. So we're going to pick the second one. And when you pick it, it then opens up the template, just like in Canva. Okay. So when you come in here, it's just like Canva. It's like drag and drop stuff. And when you click on it, you need to go and grab the pictures that you need. So whenever you click on logo, this logo up here, or these images here, you're going to need to go and get a image. And that's where Canva comes in. Okay. But the thing that I want you to look at first is I want you to go in and click on the images. So come down here. Okay, if you look down here, and then you look on the right-hand side. If you see this, the size right here, this 564 by 212, you should go into Canva and create a template with that size in it. You should go into Canva and create a template with this size in it. And then also create a template with 1200 by 800. And when you do a 1200 by 800, that will generally fit in the size of, let me go back here. When you go to put an image in like this, if you upload an image 1200 by 800, which this is right here. Okay. Actually, I put it in bigger. Give me a minute. Because I created that as a 1200 by 800. Give me a minute. We'll put it down here for a second. Upload image. Yeah, right here. See how this says 800 by 1200 and they want to fix it? All you have to do is click Let's Fix, and it should be the same size as a 1200 by 800. 1200 by 800. Okay, so when you're in Canva, just make sure that you're creating your image is a 1200 by 800. 1200 by 800. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And it should repair it. There we go. Okay, so it's repaired it to a 1200 by 800, and it didn't change any distortion or pixelation in the picture whatsoever. So make your bigger images the 1200 by 800. Okay, and then if you're using this template, make the pictures the size that I showed you here using the template in Canva. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our logo in here. I need to go and grab the logo out of my, I think I have it in here. Actually,
It
I'm
looks like they said MailChimp has an updated eXp Realty. I thought I saw something on that a few minutes ago.
what did you see?
I thought I saw that the eXp Realty logo had been updated.
Had been?
Yeah, I thought but that was when I was first starting to type in the campaign, create the campaign. It popped up on the screen.
Did it show up?
I didn't click on it. I didn't
Okay.
check it.
I'm just going to go in and grab the files. If everybody from EXP, you can go out to and type in EXP branding, and then you could go in here and should be able to come in here and grab the logo.
Yeah, color or black and white.
Yeah, I'm going to get the color one. And download. And then I'm also going to download the transparent one. Everybody knows that a PNG is transparent, right? All right. And now I'm going to upload it into MailChimp. So I want to click on replace. I want to upload. And I'm going to grab my EXP logo. Okay, drops it right in there. And then at this point, you can change the size of your EXP logo. Okay, and make it whatever size you want. To just get rid of whatever is on the template, you just click on it and then click the trash can. If you want to add something into, let's say, the top portion of this, like maybe we want to put in a Happy New Year. So what you do is you grab the image, or the image with text, or the image with card. It's up to you, whichever one you want. And you click, hold, and drag it over. I think that went below. Click, hold, and drag. And we're going to upload our Happy New Year postcard. Okay, 1200 by 800. And now we're going to, I think there's an extra one in here. Now we are going to put something in this block right here. Okay, we're going to put something like something related to real estate. So we're going to click on the box. Okay, so click on the image box, and this is what comes up. So now we're going to come in here and we're going to hit the replace. And we're going to, I created this one in Canva. So just remember to, when you are in wanting to create those images, just come back into Canva and make sure that you click on the right template and create the image that way, okay? And then download it and upload it into MailChimp, just like I've done here. So I click on that and I tell it to insert. So here's that. Then I'll click on the next one. And there's that one.
That's cool. I didn't even see the roofs of your house until you put it over there bigger.
Yeah.
I all I saw was take a peek, and I was like, is that just sky in the background? What is that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
this guy.
Yeah.
So
Right,
you,
the
the
roof
idea,
lines.
you just keep clicking on each of these to add in the photo, okay? So we're just gonna quickly throw in another photo. I'm gonna go back to I'm going to go back to my 264 by 194, and I'm going to put in just an image of another house. Actually, you know what? I'll put in an image of a kitchen. Okay, and then we'll download that, and then we'll upload that into MailChimp. Okay, simple as that. And then we're going to upload, and there's our file. Okay, perfect. Now, there are things that you can do in here that will allow people to click on these images to find something, okay? So let's say you wanted this particular image to show them, you know, maybe a list of homes or something like that. You can come down here on the same line where that picture is and click link. What you'll do then is you'll put the address in there for that particular link. Okay, so when they receive the email, they can click on that picture and it'll take them to that spot. Just so you know, this link to box, you could also link an email address, and you could also make it so that they could open a file. Okay. Now, just a tip, if you're going to do something like that where you put a picture in here and you want it to have a link, I would always put something on the picture at the bottom or maybe in the middle that says click here. And the reason behind doing that is so that way they know, it gives them an action. So they know that that's a clickable link or that's a clickable picture. Okay. So for all intents and purposes right now, we're just going to leave it as is. But I just wanted to give you that little piece of information. Okay. Another thing that you can do is you can take this particular box, this template right here, and you can move it around. Let's say you didn't want it right there. You can move it around and put it down here, or you can move it around and put it up next to this one, whatever you want to do. Did somebody have a question?
I did, Sheila. Can the link be a video?
No, yes, it could be a video. So, well, it could take you to a video. I'm not going to say it will be a video. It will take you to a video. So if I wanted to, let's say, make it my YouTube channel. So let's say we wanted to do that one. I gotta do it this way. And share and copy. And we'll put that one right there as a link.
That was a nice video.
Web address right there. Okay, and we'll insert it. Okay, so now if I wanted to send this or preview it, I can come here and go into preview mode. I could also send a test email. Okay, so we're going to go into preview mode. And there it goes. Takes you right to it. Okay. Everybody good with that? Okay. Now, the next thing that you should have on your, I'm going to get rid of this image. The next thing that you should have on your,
Thank you.
the next thing you should have on your newsletter, okay, is some landing pages or some squeeze pages. What I did was I went into KV Core and I created a bunch of squeeze pages. for multi-properties. Okay, you can do a seller's squeeze page, a single property, or a multi-property. I suggest on something like this to do multi-property. Now, and the reason I tell you to do it this way as a squeeze page is because when you put a link in here for these squeeze pages, the link is going to be dynamic. It's not going to be static, meaning it's not going to be the same link over and over again. It's going to be the same link. It's not going to be the same information. So because it's pulling from that squeeze page and is pulling by filter, it's going to pull the latest and greatest information. So your newsletter should be as simple to do every week as possible. So you're not going to want to have a bunch of areas that you're going to have to always change. You're going to want to make sure that you have your area that has your squeeze pages always the same. And then maybe you change this picture up here and you add in a recipe down here, and that's about it. You know, just change out a couple of different things, or maybe you have a special listing that you're trying to promote or something like that. And that's the one thing that you change out every week. Okay. So what I recommend to do is you can do it in several ways. So let's go back to our blocks. So these are our blocks. We can put in videos, we can put in images, we can put in a group of images, which is what this is. This image group is exactly what this is, okay? And we can put in a divider like that. And what that does is it just puts a line between this group of information and the next. But for our squeeze pages, we're going to set it up just by words for right now. And then we're going to put a button underneath those words so it'll take us to the squeeze page. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You can actually create a link on your words where all they have to do is click on those words and it'll take them to the squeeze page. But sometimes it kind of adds a little bit of uniqueness by doing it this way. So let's put in some text right here. We'll put it right here. Now, when you grab a block from over on the right-hand side, you're going to click, hold, and drag it over, similar how you do in Canva. Click, hold, and drag it over, and I haven't released it yet. And do you see where it says drop block here? That gives you the approval to let go of the mouse then. And then you can drop that text box right there. Okay? So that's what I did right there. Now, we can start typing. And we can say Macomb County just listed homes for sale. Let's do this. Let's say check out. Okay. And then what we could do is highlight this. And then we could put a link in there for the squeeze page, okay? So when you create your squeeze pages, I suggest you create your squeeze pages before you go into MailChimp, or if you're already in MailChimp, that's fine. Just create your squeeze pages, you know, in KV Core. But what I suggest is you open up a Google Sheet or an Excel sheet, some sort of spreadsheet, and put your I'm losing it, links.
Parameters.
Yes, put your links in the spreadsheet. And the reason that you want them in here is so that way you know you can go back to them. And if you happen to get a lead in using these squeeze pages, you know where they're from. You can also put the tag in there for MailChimp. You can do MailChimp Macomb. I'm sorry, not the source. The source is MailChimp. The hashtag. You can put the hashtag in there and say MailChimp, Macomb, residential, or something like that. Okay, and you can set them up with their own hashtag. Okay, and then you would just put your hashtag here, MailChimp, Macomb, residential. Okay, and then you would do a different hashtag for the next one, and so on and so forth.
Sheila, I have a question real quick.
Mhm.
When you do a squeeze page, like say you are filtering it, right? Because it's just listed, so you're filtering it, I'm guessing, by date, right? Something that was listed within the last day or so.
So I'm doing just listed. It just, in KV4, it's just by just listed.
Okay, so my question is, if it generates, like say today is, January 4th, and it generates a link for just listed on January 4th, does that mean that if you use that link on January 10th, it's going to have the just listed from January 4th, or does it update?
That's what I was talking about with the dynamic and the static. So dynamic means that it'll pull that information that day. Like when they click on that link, it's pulling that information at that moment. So whenever they're clicking it, that's why I'm saying you don't have, doing the squeeze pages, you don't have to change those squeeze pages every week. It will just pull the information whenever they click. They could click on it 4 months from now, and it'll pull the information for that day, that particular day that they click on it. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. I didn't hear you say that earlier, so thank you.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying about doing these type of links in your MailChimp newsletter, because if you do these type of links, they're always going to bring up the latest information. And so you don't have to change them every single week that you do the newsletter. So your section where you have your links, you don't have to touch it. So you'll only touch maybe the area at the top or something like that. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna grab a couple of these squeeze pages.
Are you doing one for just listed and one for all listings? When you do that, would you do one for all listings and one for just listed?
I don't know that I would do one for all listings. I mean, you could just say search here for new homes.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just going to grab this real quick. I'm going to copy it.
Because like on all of our KV core pages, we have just listed and all listings on our websites.
Yeah, so what you could do is right here. So I just did the link for the Macomb one.
Mhm.
Okay. But if you wanted to add in just a button where they could go and search new listings or all listings, you could go ahead and create that. But what I would do is I would put in a, let me save this. I would put in a button. And I would say, search homes here. Okay. And then what I would do is I would go to my KV Core, not my KV Core, I would go to my website.
Yeah, and line it up. So you have the exact link.
Yep. And then come here and just do this, copy it, come back to MailChimp, and just put in that email or that web address and click save. Now you could put a picture in here and just say search homes here. We could do that similar to this. Right. Like that. And put in that image of the home here. Just like that. Okay. And then they would click here. So if I go to preview, enter preview mode, and I scroll down, search homes here. And the place that it'll take me, is my website right here. Okay, let's go search homes. Boom. Okay. And that'll be consistently the same every time they come in here. Okay. Now they can come in here and click on just these words like this, or we could do the words and not have a link here and put a button underneath these words. Okay, so there's some options and some flexibility that you could do for creating links to these squeeze pages. So if I click on here, this is now taking me to the squeeze page for these homes, these just listed homes. Okay, and then if I come in here to look at one of them, oops. And I start looking at them. After I look at the second one, then it will ask me to register. Oh, this one that somebody, one of my mentees is showing this home tonight. It's funny.
Oh.
Okay. So do you get the idea of what you can do with those links here? Okay. So I'm going to come out of preview mode. And any questions? No. Okay.
Will this be available for later viewing again? Is this recorded?
It is recorded, but what were you asking?
That was my question.
Oh, just if this was being recorded. Yes,
Yes.
it's being recorded. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me see here. So if you wanted to do, so my suggestion would be to come in here and create your newsletter, just like this, very simple newsletter, something like this, where you just have links that they can click to get to your website, to search homes. And you could even make it say, maybe I have a button here that says Oakland County homes just listed under 500,000. Okay. You paste it in there. Okay. So maybe you have a line and then a box and then a line and a box, or maybe you take this out and put another box in there. Maybe you have just a bunch of boxes. And I say boxes, I mean buttons. So this one will say Macomb County homes just listed under, 250,000 or something like that. Okay, and you can change the color of it. Okay, so let's come in here and mess with the color so I can show you how the different areas of this particular button can change what it looks like. So we have the content, we have the web address. Let's go back and put the web address in there. So now we can come in here and we can change the look of the button, okay? So maybe we want to change the color for each button that is Macomb County. Maybe we want to have it turquoise. And we could also make it a rounded button, or we can make it totally rectangle. or have a little bit of rounding on it. You get the picture, okay? And then you can change the text color of the button, and then the size, and the padding. If you look at the padding of it, let me change this to 5. That just changes the space between the top and the bottom of the font. So the font area, it takes out that padding to get to the bottom of the square. I say, I'm trying to make you understand where it takes the padding out from, and it's really the font area. It's not the box, it's the font area. So think of the font area above the actual words. I know I'm probably confusing you more. Think of the spacing above the words and the spacing below the words. Okay, that's the padding. I hope I didn't confuse you.
Well, can you ever put the words in the middle of the box instead of always going to the top?
They are in the middle. I get.
Oh, because it's another box that you're editing in. It looks like it's 2 different boxes. It looks like it's a box in a box.
No, this is just, this black line just shows you what you have selected.
Okay. That was just misleading. Understand now.
Yep. If I come down here, you'll see that this one's selected and it has a black box around it.
Correct.
Okay.
I thought that was a text box, and I thought that was an anchor box in the back, and you put text in it, or put your button in it.
No, but I think that you can also center this. So I'm thinking of Canva right now.
Right.
So think of this as the box, right? And can it be centered in here like that? Is
Correct.
What you're
Correct.
asking? Okay.
Yes.
I think you can.
But it doesn't matter. You don't need to.
That's centered in there. No, I don't think you can.
What does border do?
Border just changes the lines around the box.
The thickness of the lines. Okay.
It changes the line, so it's a groove line, dotted line, inset, and then you can change the thickness, the weight of the line.
That's the one you were crazy about in Canva last time.
Yes. I know, I'm sick.
Well, that gives it some.
Yes,
some
it gives it some dynamic. That's an inset. Okay, and then you can change the color of it, so it looks more like an actual button, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to come in here and play around with these things just to see what type of dynamic I can get in the image itself. And then what you should do is when you work with one and you like it, you really like it, then I would just say that you should duplicate it. And when you want to duplicate a certain element, come up here just like you do in Canva and click this duplicate box. And what that does is it will duplicate that exact image. Okay. Just know that it will also duplicate whatever was in that image, including the link. So we're in the style. So we went through all this in here. Yeah. And then the settings are just what you see here, the center of the box. I think this has to do with there it is, yeah. So this is the center of the box. So this being the box, this is the center of it in the alignment. And then you can also create the actual button to be the full width of the box or just to fit your text. All right, any questions? No questions? All right. Let me think here. So we have the buttons. Okay, so now at the bottom of our newsletter, we want to have our social media, okay? So we're going to put in our social media block. And if you didn't see me because I went so fast, over here on the right-hand side in your blocks is a social follow. Click, hold, and drag and move that over, okay? When you do that and you click on the box to edit it, you will have all of your social media or linkable places in there. And when I say linkable, so a website isn't social media. So you can have your website in there and then your social media and YouTube. Now you only see 3 in here right now, right? You can move this one up simply by clicking on the number pad right here, okay? And then if you go down to the bottom here, you can click on add another service. And when you do that, you can then pick whatever service you want. So the next one that came up was email, but you don't necessarily need to keep email. You could scroll in here and pick whatever it is that you wanted to put in here. So let's say I want to put YouTube in here, okay? And then I want to, I don't want Twitter because I don't use Twitter, and maybe I want to put LinkedIn in here, okay? So that's how you change the type of links that you have in there. Now, if you, now that you have the specific social media buttons or circles, you want to actually connect them to your links. So what you need to do is you need to create, you need to go out to Facebook, LinkedIn, your website, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And you need to copy the URL for your Facebook page, your business page, your LinkedIn profile, your website, so on and so forth, and put those in here. Okay? So that way, when you do that, I'm going to throw my YouTube channel in here. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got just a couple minutes. So I'm just going to throw this in here. I think I have to do it a different way, but right now I'm just going to do this like that. And we're going to save it. And then we're going to preview it. And down here is our social media. I'm sorry, yeah, our links. Here's my YouTube. So if I click on it, it'll take me to the YouTube channel. And then if I go to my website, it will take me to my website. All right. Any questions there? That's pretty simple. You could have this social media part in any portion. A lot of times people will put it at either the top or the bottom of the newsletter. Okay. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put our information in there. So I did create an image in Canva like this to put at the bottom of mine. So all I have to do is get rid of these. And put in an image box. And I can upload my image. And I can create a link that will take them to either my website or to an email. Now, if I wanted to, I could just put a picture of myself in here. So I'm going to hit save here. I could put just an image of myself. And then underneath that image of myself, I could put text in there that has, and I'll do it on this one. We'll put text underneath here. Okay. And then we can hyperlink an email address right there. So I type in SMC again. And you can put a subject line in for whatever subject. There's a reason for this. So if you put in your email address or an email link in a certain area that they're reaching out to you via email, you could put already a subject line in there so they don't have to put that in there, but we're not going to do that on this one. All right. So you could do something like that. You could do it where I think you can center this like that. Okay. And I think you can have it underneath there like that. All right. So that's at the bottom of your newsletter. You have your links. And now we're going to send a test email. And that's what you get when you send your test email. So then we'll open up the test email. Hopefully it comes through here fine. Here's our test right here. And this is what it looks like. So they don't actually have to like go fully into it. And it'll show them right here what is in the newsletter. And then all they have to do is click on any of these links to get to where they need to go. Pretty cool. Was that easy to follow?
Yeah, that was, I was trying to follow with you doing it at the same time, but that I would get lost. So I just sat here and watched. It was better.
Yeah, we, if you want to do anything right at this moment, we have just a little bit of time. But I'm going to put this in the, up in my YouTube channel, and I'll throw it in the group.
Okay, good. I was going to ask you to email it.
What?
I was going to ask you to email it, but if you can put it in the group, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that. And then that way you can go back and go through it.
Correct. Because it's a good sample, good template.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Okay. And if anybody needs or wants another class, maybe a hands-on one where we take it slow, then I can go ahead and create something like that as well.
That's awesome, Sheila. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, everyone. I'm going to stop sharing. If nobody else has any questions, I'm going to, next week, I think I'm going to do a video tutorial. So if anybody's doing any YouTube videos or looking to get into video, video is a good software to use for putting just small videos together. Okay. All right. If nobody else has any questions, you guys have a good night.
Same. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Sheila.
Good
Bye.
session. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.